I just finished filming a video with exactly the same setup as this, but I really liked it, so I just decided to keep it. Also, I'm wearing the same clothes. Whatever. So I just finished editing the video, my Kawaguchiko Day 2 vlog, and I thought I'd just kind of walk you through it a little bit to see the kinds of things that I do when I'm making travel videos. For me personally, when I'm doing, like if I'm going on a trip somewhere or I'm away for a couple of days, generally I just go one day, one video. So, at the very start, let's start from the very beginning. Very good place to start. So I've got my intro here. So I've got a separate event, I think is what it's called, or a separate project, I can't remember. But it's just called Currently Hannah Titles, and it's everything that I would put in videos all the time. So I've got my end screen here, I've got background chill music, and I've also got my intro in here. And I just keep this one always open because it's got, you know, stuff that I use in all of my videos. And then I keep all of my day's footage for the one vlog in the one project. Generally, what I try to do when I'm making travel videos, I always say it's better to show and not tell. I know this isn't like anything
groundbreaking,
but I think I learned it in English class actually when they were talking about like making short stories. They say show, don't tell. I think it's really applicable for vlogs because there's nothing more boring than when you're watching someone's vlog or travel vlog and they're like, hey guys, so today I'm gonna be going to the beach and then just like hanging out with my friends, and it's boring. It's so boring. I'm obviously not like going after anyone in particular. It's just kind of over across the board. A lot of people, they just talk about what they're gonna do instead of actually going there and doing it. So I could have started this off by being like, it's 6:30 in the morning and I'm waking up to go, but that would have been boring. So it's just so much easier to just show what I'm doing. So you show me opening up the blinds. You can already see like it's the morning time, she's opening the blinds. Anyway, I'll put that out there now because there's plenty of things throughout the video that I could have talked about, but I just ended up using footage from there instead. I kept my milk and coffee outside because I didn't have a fridge in my hotel room. It completely froze overnight. Nice to just add this little things like that, little behind the scenes stuff. And then of course, the drone shot. A lot of the time I'll put a drone shot as like the opening shot because it's just a nice introduction into the video. It's like, it's a calm, chill way to do it. You can set the mood really easily by putting a drone shot at the start. It was actually kind of hard to get good drone shots around here because Fujisan is obviously like the main attraction there, but you can't just do all drone shots of Fujisan because it's kind of boring if it's just, you're just looking at Fuji the whole time. So you have to film other things around the area, but around the area, it's not particularly interesting. Like Fujisan is the thing that you're there for. But I've started to do this a lot on my recent travel videos, and that is at the very start, I'll just put like short little clips from throughout the day in time with the music. I don't think I've seen other people do this before, but it gives them more of an incentive to stick around until the end of the video, or at least stick around a bit longer. I don't know, I've just started to do that a lot recently. Although I do say it's good to show instead of telling. I say that, but you do also need some kind of talking, or you don't need it, but you have to have a personality in the video for like YouTube videos and stuff. So having some kind of talking is maybe not necessary, but it definitely helps people to connect with the personality behind the screen. Yeah, I like to just add a little bit of like little things of behind the scenes. Yes, I go and travel to these beautiful places and I've got my fancy drone and my camera and stuff like that, but I also, sometimes I just sit in my hotel room, drink coffee and put on makeup while listening to a murder podcast. So I like to film stuff in the hotel room and like cleaning up my suitcase and stuff like that because there's little things that people can relate to. Oh, I loved this shot. So I set up my camera on the little bench. I just literally just put my camera down so I can bend down and tie up my shoes. And I ended up capturing like this really just nice, authentic moment with me and the lady who owned the hotel. And then there's this wonderful little moment. Oh. Oh, piano music just does it for me. It's just something really special and authentic about this moment that I didn't ask her to do anything, and I didn't realize that I had this footage until I went to edit it, and I like started to tear up a little bit while watching it. I was like, oh, she's just the cutest thing. And then of course there is a little bit of talking, setting the scene for what I will be doing that day. I guess I could have gone without this. I realized that there wasn't really much talking in this video, so I was like, oh, I'll leave it in. You've probably noticed that all of my clips, they're separated like this. Most of the time I'll detach the audio, so you can right click it and then select detach, not expand, detach audio. When you zoom right in between each clip, so that the audio doesn't like jump or have any like weird cuts in the audio, I'll extend it just a little bit past its point and then extend back the following clip and then blend the two audios together, so that it just makes it a little less jarring to listen to and it's not so jumpy and like shocking to hear, I guess. I don't know. These shots ended up being kind of dark in a weird way. Like I've got a polarizing lens cap filter on my camera, not right now, but I think maybe it was on the wrong settings, but it seemed like particularly dark. So if you click on a clip, press Command 6, it'll take you to the color wheels, and then I turned the highlights up. If you turn the midtones up, it does this weird thing where like it makes everything else look really white, like it gives us this kind of white haze about it. So the midtones, I'll probably only ever turn them down. Yeah, see, this is still a bit dark. I forgot to lighten that. Yeah. Also, because I jumped between my GoPro and my Sony camera quite a bit in this film, you're not a director, Hannah. In this travel vlog, I turned down the saturation a little bit because on the new GoPro, while the colors are really nice and it's such an improvement from the past, holy crap, the footage does look really nice, but it's kind of a little bit too saturated for my liking. I don't know, in the past I used to like fully like saturate my videos and make the colors pop all over the place, but I've since realized that it doesn't look natural, if that makes sense. I kind of like this little moment. It's just me eating another boring ass meal because Japan has limited vegan options. I mean, that's what I get for being vegan in Japan, I guess. The salad is literally made up of cabbage and corn. While I was eating it, there's just little bits of cabbage and corn just kept falling all over the place. So I gave this little piece of corn a bit of personality. I mean, dumb, but fun. I don't know. That's the kind of thing that I enjoy watching them and other people's videos. Just tiny little personalized moments like that. Oh, kept doing this thing and all of the lights, a lot of lights in Japan, I find that it's the kind of frequency of the energy that goes into light or something like that. The frequency of the voltage, the wattage. If it's on the wrong shutter speed, it'll flicker. So if you try to slow it down at all, it's just like a nightmare. So I had to add the wrong shutter speed, so it gives me this kind of flickering effect, which is annoying, but oh well. And typical Australian, just being so excited by the snow. So when I was there, I found this like giant patch of snow that was really great for filming, really great for flying my drone from, because I was in an area that technically, legally, I'm allowed to fly in that area. However, it was kind of residential-ish. It was on the edge of a residential kind of town. So I was just going to fly it up and like away from the town, but I didn't want to disturb anyone in the town because it was just really nice, quiet town, and it's good to be respectful and polite when we are flying our drones. Yes, I found this like patch of snow on the ground, which was nice, but it was too soft, so I had kind of like carved a little way out of it. But yeah, I like to add little things like that in the video because it's interesting for people to see sometimes. And I just love slow motion drone flying up. Look at that. Oh yeah, so the speed ramp. I use speed ramps quite a lot. I used it both at the end of this clip, so it speeds the drone up, and then the motion of the drone actually flying up is also sped. I really like doing that kind of thing. It smooths the transition into the next shot a lot easier. So how I speed ramp. Let's pretend that I'm using this music right now. If that's the beat, this upbeat, that is when the speed ramp should start, and it should end on the next downbeat, if that makes sense. When there's the beat, there's also the offbeat. That's going at the opposite time. It's called syncopated rhythm if you really want to get into it. That's what I've done here. The beat ends here, so I want to make the next cut into the next clip at this point because that's where the beat is. But the offbeat is in between these two beats here. So that's the offbeat right there. I've started the speed ramp there and then ended it there. So that's a really complicated way of saying how I do speed ramps, but especially if you're cutting to the music, it's really important that the speed ramp starts at the right time, because if it starts late, it like kind of comes out of nowhere. If it starts early, it'll be sped up for too long, that kind of thing. Yeah, when I was flying as well, I kept getting these lens flares on the drone itself. I'm not mad about it though. I think it looks really nice. I just really like anything with a lens flare. I'm like, oh, it's so cinematic. Yeah, a bit of talking to explain where I was and to explain stuff that pertained to the video title, which is important because if you don't follow through on the title, people get upset at you on the internet. So very important. To transition into the next scene, because this is very clearly daytime, this is very clearly nighttime, I just put a little blank spot, and it works with the music as well because that's the end of the music. It just kind of closes off that chapter of the day and opens up the next chapter a little bit. And then another thing as well, to make sure that it's not like super jarring when it jumps straight into the next footage, just detach the audio and play some of the audio a little bit before the clip starts, because it kind of eases people into the next scene a lot more than if you just play it right away. It's like, whoa, okay. And then also, yes, I know this was the worst framed shot in history, but that's because I set my camera up on a ledge. I couldn't see behind the screen because I couldn't like see on top of the ledge, and I was like, oh, I think this is all right. I'll just stand in the middle, and then I completely covered Mount Fuji. So good job, Hannah. Yes, to put my Instagram stories in the end screen. I think it just gives people a bit more of an incentive to follow you on Instagram if they can see a little bit of like behind the scenes of, I did go to Mount Fuji, but if you follow me on Instagram, you get to see what it's like behind the scenes. In general, I would say just my top tips is show, don't tell. You don't always have to say, today I'm going to ... In fact, if you're trying to be a little bit different, I would highly recommend against doing that. Another thing that I think really makes my videos different from other travel videos, I mean, I don't know, maybe my videos aren't all that different. I don't really watch many other travel vloggers, but I use piano music quite a lot. I love piano music, and it can make even me cleaning my room look a bit more cinematic, and it can add emotion to places where there may not be all that much emotion. And if the music in the video is the kind of music that you could listen to when you're actually there in that environment, when you're actually traveling, then to me that means that fits that scene really nicely. When people ask me, where did you learn how to make videos? I just say, by doing them, because that is how I learned to make videos. Oh, I heard a really great analogy the other day. You can't learn how to swim if you don't get in the water. So if you're wanting to get better at making travel videos, there's no better way than getting out there, even if you're just traveling around your hometown. It doesn't matter if it's going to be a popular content or not. The first couple of videos that you make, no one's really going to watch them, not really, but they're just really great for practice. Yeah, that's what I've learnt, and I hope that it's helped you. If you like this, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want to see more stuff like this and more of my travel vlogs around Japan and the world, very soon Jess and I will be going to Thailand. I'm so excited. So if you want to see stuff like that, subscribe to my channel. Also go follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye.